Alright everybody, so we are back. I just played my series against Rahakinariwa. Now I'm going to change gears a little bit, do record a game stream. It's been a couple weeks since I've done one of these, and we're going to stay with Trueloque's tournament. I'm going to do the recorded games of MyIsisBestGod and Rahakinariwa. This will kind of determine who will be advancing along with me out of the group. So I should be live and ready to go. I just need to make sure everything is working appropriately. And we are back. So let me close down a bunch of my extra things and we will jump right into the games here. Start at single player menu. All right. Here we go. We're going to have 4 games to go in this series, or 4 games to stream, and hopefully they'll be good games, and we'll see kind of how the rest of my group is shaping up. Now, Raha, after this game, would still have to play Wonder. Recorded games. Let's see. Here we are. Yeah. Raha should beat Wonder. Oh, it's not on... Is this working on YouTube? Hold on, I might have to restart this if the YouTube is not working. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm not sure if my YouTube... Okay, it's live. Those viewers are dorks. No, they're not. Let's see. Don't think it is attached to it, so I might just reopen and close my chat box. And that should hopefully solve it. We'll see. And we will go through. If we don't get it, I guess we don't get it. No, it's not connected to YouTube. Whatever. Okay. Well, you've got 2 chat boxes. Okay, you're right. That's a good point. You are smart. Now you've got one. Now it's the one that I can see. Be quiet, man. This guy just taunts me. Alrighty, well, we're going to have 4 recorded games to take a look at. And we shall see how it goes. So, Trueloque Tourney. Doesn't really matter which order I do these. Alright, Isis versus Oranos. Interesting. So, MyIsisBestGod is up at the top. Has our Isis, and Raha is down at the bottom playing Oranos. This should be in Isis's favor pretty heavily. What do you mean you put me in line, Ozone? But yeah, Anatolia is very good for Isis. One of the better Isis maps, actually. So I'd rather be Isis than Oranos on this map. So yeah, I'll give the Isis the benefit here because Isis is strong on this map. Let me make sure my... Okay, yep, it's working on YouTube. It just, for some reason, the chat isn't connected. Town centers are both kind of right in the middle. It's pretty normal. They're actually kind of badly placed for Raha because we got this tree line cutting him off from actually both town centers here. Gold mines also will always be in the middle. Get 2 in your base, which is also helpful for the Isis, who can just sit in the base for an extra 3,000 gold. Got his first dock forward. And we'll try to get another one later on. So, what makes ISIS strong, says Trevor in the YouTube, which is not showing up on the screen. So, ISIS is, well, Egyptians are always stronger on water because of their cheaper docks, which allows them to spam docks next to each fish, and it's really hard for the enemy to get aggression. Like, normally your Oranos could get some aggression, like if it's met it, you could see the Oranos. Got a tickle in my throat. You could see the Oranos getting some pressure on the fishing ships. But here, the fish... man, the fish is all right next to the water. So the ISIS will put a dock next to each fish, and then it makes it almost impossible for the Oranos to pressure it. The ISIS can also easily, with the 50 gold docks, throw docks down on the other side and get more water. And then ISIS also gets Ancestors Eclipse, which is, with the 2 free myth units, a huge power push on land without really needing much of an army. It's basically a free power push. I mean, you're using 2 god powers, but you're not having to actually make any military units realistically, and that can get you control of the middle just by default. You know, you don't even you can be winning. You know, you could focus on water and then Ancestors Eclipse and get control of the mid. Anatolia, man, what is this? Anatolia, even stronger for Egyptian because of the 2 base gold mines that you get in your base, obviously. Well, of course you do. They're called base gold mines. So, can even further delay pushing out if he really wants to. But yeah, it's really water. It's the cheaper docks. It's not sore. I just have like this tickle that comes in at night. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, it's cheaper docks. The ability for ISIS to use Ancestors Eclipse and take control of the middle. And then really the inability to pressure, especially on this map. You just can't pressure the Egyptians very well. You know what I need is probably like some sort of mint or something to suck on. So it's a hard map for Oranos to win, because Oranos really can never push off on water, and then we see him now throwing up all the docks. So really, hold on, I need to do something about this. It's an ozone map, you say. I don't smoke cigarettes, my man. What relic is this? I'd like to know. Villagers gather wood and gold faster. I don't know why he grabbed it, because actually this relic is essentially bugged and almost does nothing. It's not really the relic, but the way it works with animations, the 5% that you get doesn't actually save you any time on your gathering. So, okay, so this is about the only way that the Oranos can push on water, is the need a button to turn my mic off. The only way they can push through is to get a land army like this, and we'll try to get a few more Prometheans. Sure, we have the Bass coming up soon. Really should make another dock back here just to further push through. But and then here's also what makes Egyptians so strong on this map is Raha really would have to put forward quite a bit of effort to push MyIsis off of water here, like a lot. And then ISIS could just transition to this side pretty easily. And then, so even if they trade and there's just one side to one side per each player, it's in the win for MyIsis because he would theoretically not have to put as much resources in. But his problem right now is he didn't build. He needs to build a couple more docks or try to. Sending his Sphinx down here. He is oil up there. Where are his fishing boats? He seems a little slow to be doing stuff with his fishing boat. Shockwave to kill the Sphinx. Okay. Yeah, he probably needed to get a few more boats queued up here. Yeah, at this point, he's going to lose the water because he didn't build enough docks. Why am I not playing? I'm just doing the Rex. I already played earlier today, Ian. So you missed the initial stream of me playing 4 games, and now I'm watching recorded games. So yeah, if MyIsis would have made like 2 or 3 more docks, he could save this water, but he didn't. But he should win the top. So far, actually, Raha has lost quite a few boats down up in the top. Well, not quite a few, but a couple, without any value out of it. And yeah, we can see the amount of resources that he's put down here. Prometheans, boats to win this water, and ISIS just needs to get a few more fishing ships up here. Or not fishing ships, a few more warboats up here just to defend this. And then he'll be aging soon. He's trying to age anyway. Now he'll be aging. Should be aging. He should have aged before he made this bill. Wow, Raha made way too many boats on the bottom here. That's a lot of boats. He made like 5 or 6 too many. Alright, we have prosperity used. He is aging up Nephthys now. Does have the second line for his prosperity. The second gold upgrade. So that's cool. The other thing you'll also get out of this... there's a way to win Anatolia without going water. Not really. If there were only one town or one gold mine, you could potentially go for a gold starve. But if you don't go water, you don't have a chance. Because even if you lose water, the benefit is still outweighs even if you lose it. Like even if you fish for a couple minutes and then lose it, it's still beneficial. Does need a few more warboats up here. I don't want to see a couple cabinets along with it. So he's going to get his Leviathan to spawn up here, which is going to help Leviathan, which will help him. He should have had a few cabinets to back it up initially. Building a Migdal here. Do have Raha trying to grab the middle. Unless you're Magyar. Yeah, you can't win the water unless you're Magyar. Okay. MyIsis is not playing this very well up to this point. Also looks like he's doing pre-siege. That's unusual. Should send these initial priests over here to finish off these Prometheans, because you don't want to lose. He used Oranos versus me in the first... Oh no, don't lose your Scorpion Man for no reason. He used Oranos versus me in the very first game in the first group stage. And I won that, so then he switched over to Ra. Okay. Finishing up the heroes. Okay. Oh, MyIsis shouldn't be losing this water. He needs the water. But he's going to have a pretty good push on land. Because he still has Ancestor's Eclipse. But we will have Mass Murmillo because Raha does have water on both sides. I don't think Raha's going to get this town center here. Leviathan versus Oracle. I think the Leviathan wins. Now you have the Promethean, the very rare. Oh, we didn't get to see the fight. I wanted to see a Promethean versus Leviathan one-on-one. Don't let him get this town center. Yeah, see, even though Raha has played this pretty decently well, and I would say that MyIsis really hasn't played it super great. He lost water pretty easily. He's in a huge advantage right now. A lot of idle villas here. Raha is aging up Hyperion. To get this town center, how do you let this town center go up? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think the Leviathan might not get the usual myth unit decrease against heroes, since they probably never thought that the Leviathan would be attacking heroes. Okay, oh, nice. Okay. That's actually a really nice chaos there. Because they got the they got all the units fighting against MyIsis's units. It's like the Scorpion Man has been going one-on-one versus the elephant there. So, but we still don't have the usage of Ancestor's Eclipse, and Raha should really win the water on this side. You don't want to allow this fishing. Raha could have made a few boats and killed the Leviathan. He also got, where's Hyperion? Hyperion gets a free myth unit. Yeah, there she is. These chaos elephants are still roaming around. He's still killing units. I think the chaos units have killed more units of MyIsisBestGod than Raha has. Game is still close. Does he have the... He doesn't have the second line yet. No technology is being researched. ISIS is kind of running out of resources now. Having to kill this town center really slowed MyIsis down quite a bit. And this town center should not have gone up. He had line of sight of it. And it had siege towers like right here, but he didn't kill it. So I don't know. He doesn't have a ton of... Okay, here's our Ancestor's Eclipse. Kind of a low value Ancestor's Eclipse. I don't know why Raha isn't just immediately retreating. There you go. Well, not really, actually. He lost a lot of units that he didn't need to lose. Tourney coming for a little bit of a raid. This Leviathan should not be killing all of this. The doc just barely lives. Raha needs to grab a town center. Well, he is. Yeah, ISIS is very strong on this map. Also getting full map control here. Well, not quite full, but getting town center map control. Yeah, destroyers are a good thing. Gonna do destroyers. A little bit of Arcus too to kill the Axemen. Also need a few Cataspeltates for the elephants. Looks like Raha is going to lose his fortress. He kind of built it unnecessarily forward. Like, this fortress really doesn't protect any resources. Oh, why is he retreating? Oh, he should be fighting this. He being blue, or MyIsisBestGod. I don't know why he retreated. His army would kill Ra's army. I'm kind of confused. Let's see if MyIsis notices this. How I show resources in chat. So it's a function on Voobly. On the normal... Ooh, he snuck docks back in. I didn't notice this. That's also not good. So Raha deleted all his boats down here and then allowed my ISIS to get back on the water. Need to get a few more Arcus so the satyr aren't dying. Yeah, I don't... my ISIS is really getting pretty heavy here. This is a heavy army. Chaos use, got an elephant and an axeman. He just die right away. I just get an elephant though. A couple axemen, that sucks, but the elephant is strong. Yeah, so the maps on Voobly have a function as an observer that you can, even if you're observing or in recorded games, you can check and see what resources everybody has and what technologies are being researched. So he's getting plow right now and has a lot of wood, and Raha doesn't have much, so it looks like, yeah, MyIsis is kind of leading the way here pretty heavily now at this point. Raha made a mistake. He didn't push my ISIS off of water, and in fact it let him my ISIS back in water on the bottom as well. So that's, you never want to really delete all of your warboats. You kind of have to keep a couple on the sea so that you have line of sight in case the enemy tries to redock. So Raha deleted his boats and didn't get line of sight of my ISIS redocking on the water here. So yeah, this is definitely headed towards a win for my ISIS. The difficulty for him when you're talking about advancement though, so he lost to me 4-0 and Raha did not. So actually my ISIS essentially has to win this series 4-0 or 3-1 to advance. If it's 2-2, he probably doesn't advance. So he's winning the first game, so that's good. Yeah, there's no way that Ra is going to be able to pull this back at now. No, it's impossible. Impossible. No, this isn't a comeback. The ISIS is always stronger. So yes, I am using the Voobly balance patch. This is played on the most recent one, which is currently 3.0. But yeah, this is not a comeback. The ISIS was always ahead. It takes a lot on Anatolia for the ISIS to fall behind. I don't know if Raha used its vetoes or not. You can veto maps. I don't know what's with all these towers though. Could have vetoed this map, probably. ISIS could take a shower, says Ian. And yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say the Oranos was slow to get started. I don't think the semi-quick fast heroic really does that much. Should have grabbed like the back town center sooner. Because the Oranos eco seems like it was slow to get going. Even though he won all the water. And he made too many boats in the bottom. Then he deleted them all and allowed my ISIS to dock back on the water. So that was a bit of an issue. But yeah, you gotta play really well to beat ISIS on this map as any god, but especially as Oranos. Yeah, because Raha is not aging up and has some resources, but not a lot of gold. And my ISIS is already aging up. Okay, so he does have some spearmen now. That's good. Okay. Good Get these villies on the siege towers. There you go. Not that it really matters. There's a lot of siege and only really one unit that can kill them outside of the villies. So yeah, this is the waning moments. Really, you could just like throw his villies down here and kind of finish this off for good. Oh, here's Son of Osiris right there. He will demolish anything else that the Oranos might throw at him. And this is going to be GG. Watch out for your Osiris. You know what? I'm taking all this fortress fire here for no reason. Chaos used again. Just get some chariots and crap. He could resign at any time being red and we would not be upset. There it is. Okay. So game 1 goes to MyIsis, who really needs to win all 4 or win 3-1. Yeah, this is just such a hard map to beat ISIS on. You can see the huge economical edge, even though Raha didn't really play this perfectly either. He had a big economical edge, but bad kill death, just couldn't hold. Ancestor, I mean, it's just so hard to hold because you got to put so much resources into winning the bottom on the water that it's almost like it's almost not worth it winning at that point. Especially when you don't win both sides. Like, in order to win this game, the Oranos needs to somehow win both sides of water, which he almost did, but didn't quite push through, and then ended up not. So that's the first game. We will move on to game number 2. And we have Isis versus Ra on Frozen Wastes. So MyIsis is up on the top. He is Isis. And Rahakinariwa is on the bottom. He is Ra. Well, this is weird. Rahakinariwa got Ra in his name, and MyIsis got Isis in his name. And of course they're going to choose Isis and Ra. On Frozen Wastes, I would give this the advantage to Isis. Depending on how much hunt do we have. Decent hunt. You'd almost have to, as the Ra, in order to win this, is take early map control, which means aging up with Bast and kind of being aggressive with forward priests. Otherwise, if you don't take early map control, you're going to have a really hard time keeping control of a gold mine when the Isis pushes with Ancestor's Eclipse. So what MyIsis should do in this map to win is go forward with his hunt after this, hunt this, probably go to this too. Yeah, definitely. You know, just kind of make a line down the middle of the map with all the hunt, and then forward build his Migdal like he is somewhere in here where his hunt's going to be, and that way he can kind of have a easy push either to this gold mine or down to this bottom gold mine, because that's the issue that you have as Ra on this map versus a god that can take control of the map, is that you don't have a gold mine to fall back to. You know, a lot of maps, even if the enemy takes control of one gold mine, you can typically find another one that you can access. That isn't really the case here because of how open the gold mines are. Like, he can't take this town center because an Isis one town center fast heroic would smash it. This one he can take, but it doesn't really protect the gold mine. So really, Raha here has to do one town center himself, probably up through Bast, and try to get map control. which is hard because the prosperity gives a lot more value than the rain in this situation. Okay, they are going for, what's this relic? Entry of more hack armor. So, Mr. Cackle, 123, how you doing? I don't think I've seen you around lately. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Yeah, because as you can see, this map is not standard with the game itself. It was created after the fact. Well, after the fact. It was probably created 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And it's kind of been entered into the competitive map pool. I don't know why he's splitting up his vills. You kind of want to, you know, optimize your pharaoh empowerment here. Like, these are all going to be missing out on the 20% pharaoh empowerment. Kind of weird. But what's cool about this map is where the gold mines are, and with them being so close to the ice, you can't really wall them off at all. So, especially in team games, these maps get pretty hectic. You've been check? No, I haven't been checking the BO. I'm more looking at the builds here. So, a 5-minute advance with Ptah. I think you have to go Bast here. The ISIS can afford to go up a little bit slower. I don't think there's much wood to be seen by Raha's. Alright, he's getting his last gold here, or wood here, to get pickaxe. Yeah, he was chopping a few. Where did he chop all his wood? Oh, he's trying to do... I don't know what this is. I don't know. Oh, he chopped all the wood from this tree. That's a little bit weird. Ooh, idols. Yeah, you don't want idols. Even a little idols are too many. Pickaxe and hunting dogs, and pickaxe and hunting dogs. Getting a town set. This... MyIsis should be able to punish this. If MyIsis plays this right, he should be aging up at about 7:30 to 8 minutes, and then can push on this town center and kill it. He should be able to. And then should be able to push down to the gold mine here and then kind of proxy control this one. So in my opinion, based on what's gone on so far, just based on strategical choices, is that MyIsisBestGod should be able to win this. Yeah, now Raha is he's trying to get some rain, but he does not have gold, or wood, I mean. He has 0 wood, and he's going to want to try to get Shadoof, but that costs 150 wood, so I think he forgot to gather his wood. Or because now he's kind of panic gathering it with all these villies who are bonking into each other and being inefficient. Looking like me. Having immensely inefficient villagers. So this is going to be a very slow advance, because he's not even got stiff yet. It should be up now. And he still has to get husbandry and plow before rain is effective. So yeah, with this, what's happening here with this kind of train wreck of the 2-town center fast heroic with the rain, definitely MyIsisBestGod should be demolishing this. And he'll be up right about 7 minutes 50 seconds. Not a super high value prosperity, really. He could have probably waited a little bit, because he's got these vills that are spending most of prosperity building the mining camp and not getting as much value out of it as he could. And now we have rain, a very late rain. So when you're doing the 2-town center fast heroic, you should really aim for 8:30 as the slowest, And we're at 8:30 for his age up time now. And he's not even close. He'll probably be over a 9-minute advance. So Raha should be able to punish this. Or, I mean, not Raha. MyIsis should be able to punish this by forward building. Should. We'll see what he does. Make a siege workshop first to get a couple siege towers out. Nope, Mignol first. Might do a few elephants. We'll see. Oh, he doesn't have wood, does he? Oh, he's got some. He wants to make another. He'll want to make another Scorpion Man, too. We have barracks coming up? Yeah. Oh, wow. This is going to be like a 9:30 advance. That's really slow. Oh, we didn't get husbandry. That's why. Husbandry, not having husbandry on a reign with like 14 villas costs you like 300 food. So that's a big oopsie. Okay, we'll use elephants for his pushing power then. Well, that makes some sense. Now the siege workshop. Did he get another Scorpion Man out yet? No, because there's just no way we'll be able to hold this. And that's a ton of, I mean, he's put a ton of resources up here. Yes, husbandry affects farms. A lot, actually. Husbandry is, for other gods, I think husbandry is more important for farming than plow is. For Egyptians, plow is more important, but only slightly, because plow actually does a plus 22%, and for other gods it's plus 10%. Because the Egyptians actually start off with a minus 11% bonus, or penalty, I guess. So plow undoes that and then gives another 11%. But the husbandry is huge. This push should be happening now. He's a little too slow to push here. He needs to push. You're kind of wanting your ISIS push to be at 10 minutes. So he needs to go. Not sure what he's waiting for, because he's not really like... There's no point in waiting. All he's getting right now is another camel. Like, maybe if you need another siege tower, but he's not even making his siege tower. He actually got another town center. That's I didn't notice that, but that's a mistake. Because at this point, he can't match the boom. That's not how you win. So, yeah, MyIsis is screwing this up. Like, heavily screwing this up. Why would you get another town center? Your way to win is the Ancestors Eclipse push, which still, I think, should be strong enough here. So where are we seeing? We need to see this. Trying to pick off a few of the priests first. Okay. It's a little way. I see that MyIsisBestGod has a hotkey, so it gets cast at the same time. It's kind of cheating. He also casts it way up here, which I'm not sure why he would use it there. So I can say that MyIsis is kind of a cheater because he has a hotkey that allows him to use Ancestors Eclipse at the exact same time. But even so, but regardless, that's my opinion. Even with kind of the incompetent attack here, it's still, the Ancestors Eclipse push is so strong. Kill a lot of villies. Get some mercenaries out. This actually isn't the winning push because he's not getting the Migdol. And his eco at this point will be a lot worse, because he has no farms up and there's not any more hunt. So Raha can still defend this. Yeah, the second TC is a huge mistake. Slowed down his attack by like 30 to 40 seconds. Like if he attacks at 9:30, which is the time when He could have attacked at 9:30, definitely. And that's the time when we actually had Raha aging up. I mean, imagine at 9:30, sure, it's a slightly little less army, but you attack here 9:30, use Ancestor's Eclipse, the Migdal's not coming up. You're getting the town center down, and then you win. But still can win. How kind of eco do we have for Raha? Has a ton of eco, but it's miss. Why is he retreating? Go forward, my man. And why are you not picking off the priests here? Raha needs to grab this town center. He's got a lot of eco, but it's kind of poorly managed right now. 1,600 gold. How many villagers do you have when you have fast Trueloque? I'm not sure the village count. It's more of the timing. I don't know. Did they have hacks back in the day? I'm not really sure. Probably, because there is no way to really tell. But it's more of timing. So the ISIS fast heroic should be up at about 7:30 to 8. 8 would be slow, really towards the slow end. You're probably looking more for like 7:30 to 7:45. So I don't know what villies that is, but that's the timing. It's all that is important here. Again, ISIS is really being way too... He slams this Migdal down, which is the only Migdal that Raha... I don't know if Mira's got another one up. Gotta watch out. Right now he's wasting all his chariot fire shooting at the siege tower here. Now he finally changed. Alright, I think Raha wins this. The ISIS push did not push. So that is it for that, because all Raha needs to do is just restabilize. And we have a Locust Storm up here. Gets feud vills, hurts a lot more. Not with the nerf to Locust Swarm. You kind of need to use it in conjunction with like path blocking units, because it doesn't quite do the damage that you need just by itself. Like pre-patch, they would have all like been dead. It's not really that many farms though, or resources. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 farms. So he's losing about 500, about 600 resources in gold. Not the end of the world. MyIsis. Raha's eco low is still actually not... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm looking at... This is like me. Holy smokes. Idols everywhere. No wood upgrade. Either. But see, MyIsis still needs to put all of the resources into farms. And that's 70 gold per farm. Which... Actually, Raha doesn't have farms in the back. Yeah, Raha went way too heavy farm crazy on the front. I mean, I don't know if he's going to win or lose. We'll find out. But if he wins, he had no business winning this game. Like, a 930 advance against a ISIS fast heroic should lose pretty much every time. But MyIsis did his best to delay his attack by grabbing a second town center for no reason. Because you just get no value out of that. Because... So he grabbed this town center before attacking. Which is kind of like saying he doesn't think he would push through. But if he doesn't push through, he doesn't win. So grabbing the town center just slows you down even further than what you would have anyway. Because if you try to match with the Ra Boom, you lose. So the second town center is pointless. Little raid here. What kind of eco upgrades do we got? Okay. Nothing. No wood upgrade yet. MyIsis is still not really that great either. So if the guy, so we got a little bit of a moment here, I think, maybe. Yeah, see now Raha's pushing back, because he is leading his units right to his gold mine, but he's got a Migdol here that'll save it all. Okay, watch out for your Scorpion Man. And again, why are the chariots retreating? Like, this is a winning fight for MyIsis. I mean, sure, you retreat the Scorpion Man, but you don't retreat everything. Because you actually get some value, because he could have killed the chariots and then parked right here, just outside of Migdol range, and forced Raha to be fed. I guess he's valuing this here, but actually we're going to see a counter raid by Raha up on this gold mine now. And the Scorpion Man will die. That's too bad. Not a big army now from Raha, actually. But a little bit of a raid here. So MyIsis got gold mines all over the place on that side. Yeah, this is still a close game with how it's shaped up. Again, this is Trueloque's intermediate tournament, so we're not watching today's best players. These would be, you know, maybe as far as that competitive scene, kind of average. So you'll see mistakes, but they're still good enough to, you know, put on a decent game. But you can kind of tell when you watch this level of players, like why they're not top. It's a lot of just macro errors, where like strategical / decision making errors, which MyIsis had a big one with grabbing a town center for no reason and not attacking fast enough. And then Raha had some pretty significant macro issues early on. They had like 2,000 gold and not much of anything else, which has kind of delayed his recovery. But we'll see. He should be able to get this town center up, because he's actually traded really well in this fight. The siege towers will delay it, but in time, you got a couple elephants to smash the siege towers. I think he should be able to get it up, but he can't lose his Pharaoh, though. Ooh, that one chariot is shooting at him, and oh, the Pharaoh got killed with the last arrow shot from that chariot that was shooting at him. Not having a Pharaoh will slow this down actually considerably. Yeah, the elephants are real good at killing siege towers, actually. So spearmen get bonus, but spearmen also do die really fast to chariots. So you actually, if you're wanting to kill siege towers, you kill the, you make elephants in the Egyptian battles. Raha's not getting the town center up, but he's actually still continuing to trade in this battle really well. So MyIsis is throwing away a ton of resources right now to keep this town center down. Does have some armory upgrades, which is cool, but now, now it's kind of like the pendulum has shifted, where we had MyIsis on the aggression, he lost all of his units, and now it's going back the other way. Does Raha have much for eco upgrades? Okay, now he's getting his eco stabilized a bit. This gold mine's got 2,500 left yet, and that Migdol is down. That is MyIsis's only Migdol. He's trying to build one here, which is kind of an unusual spot for it. I don't know why you would put it here. It seems a bit foolish, in my opinion. Like, why put it there? What are you hoping to gain by building that there other than dead villagers? I mean, I guess you gain pop room. These priests are going forward to their death, too. Supposed to kill the Patsucho, so instead they're just wandering right next to him and then throwing their rocks at the mercenary cavalry, which isn't doing much. MyIsis does have a trade route started, which Raha does not. Trying to build, this is where he should have built his first Migdol. is back here, and he'll still be losing a ton of villies. I don't know what's the deal with his elephant. Why he doesn't want to attack? There he comes. That's a lot of villies dying here. Yeah, now he's... Yeah, the Scorpion Man should... Well, the Scorpion Man should kill the chariots. Which they aren't. And Raha is up Osiris. So yeah, I don't see my Isis winning at this point. I really didn't see him winning once the push stopped. Because that's the way Isis beats Ra. And if your push doesn't win, you probably don't win because you're going to be behind economically. And the push didn't work just because he didn't attack soon enough. He grabbed a town center. Villies versus chariots. Yeah, Raha is going to close this up. So this is a big win for Raha. He lost the first game. We'll end up winning this, which will be 1-1, which means Raha, or if Raha just wins 2 games here, he's good as far as advancing. So my Isis needs to win the next 2 after this. Again, these games aren't live. These recorded games. Yeah, we could resign at any point again. The chariots did finally get killed by the villies. Ooh, idle vills there. Okay. We might see a slight stop at Raha's attack for a little bit because this gold mine just ran out and he doesn't have a ton of gold miners over here, so you might have a little bit of a difficulty maintaining his push for a little bit. Nice Migdal built here though to get in the trade route. That's really going to be annoying. But on the meantime, this is a pretty powerful army here just with the Osiris. Does pretty well. Osiris does really well against barracks units. And you got the elephants in on the chariots up here. And the Migdal is now, and chariots are in the trade route. Well, the Migdal's shooting at the other Migdal. Go, oh, deleted the market. Alright, yeah. Yeah, so theoretically, I don't see Wonder winning, but maybe he will. I don't know. You never know. We'll see. So, but yeah, my Isis needs to beat Raha if he wants to advance, in my opinion. And he's not going to win this game. Oh man, the rock for the son of Osiris. Even when you think you can kill him or hurt him, you can't. He switched his markets over here. Is he advancing at all? No. Ra's full pop, and wow, my ice is only at 109. Is 169. He could resign. Save my time and just resign. I like the villies on the Migdal though. Does have skin on the Rhino too. I like it. Alrighty, we can probably... I have no interest in watching this take forever to end. And I don't know how soon this game ends, but it's over now. Okay, I just cheated and looked at the progress bar. It's pretty much done. There we go. Alrighty. So that is game number 2, and it goes to Ra. So they're split 1-1. Okay. My Isis should really win this. I mean, he's even up economically too, but lost it with that bad attack. Like, look at the kill-death ratio. This is horrible. He got doubled up in kill-death ratio, 263 to 128. Ouch, that hurts. And a lot of that was those trades at the town center right around here when my ISIS just kept flooding units and losing them over and over and over. But we will move on to game number 3. There we go. Set versus Ra on Marsh. So my ISIS best god has switched from ISIS and is now Set. And we have the Ra player over on our left is Rahakinariwa again. So Set instead of ISIS. So actually, what did I say? This is the Set right here. This is my ISIS best god as the Set on our left, and then our Ra is on the right. Myth units train bet faster. What kind of relic is this? Ooh, town centers provide more population. That's nice. Didn't quite scout it though. That's a nice relic to get, and instead he does one that's not nearly as good. The other relics are villagers gather wood and gold faster. That's a bugged relic, so it's no good. Armory improvement slightly less expensive. That's not really that great either. Really the best one is this one right here on this map anyway. Looking at our matchup here, Set versus Ra and Marsh. I'd say overall, Ra generally does pretty decently against Set. It can be pretty even. On this map, I would say the Set should have the advantage. The Set should be able to take map control and grab a forward town center, and then age up Heroic and then Mythic, just kind of holding the town center. The Ancestor's Eclipse nerf isn't as big as it used to be. It's not much attack now that's eliminated. It does help, but still that last game, that should have been the ISIS one for sure. But yeah, so the way for Set to win here, use all the animals to get map control. Take both forward town centers, hunt a lot, and then just kind of not really attack super hard, and just boom up and go age 4. If he tries to push through anywhere, the Set probably loses in heroic age. Because the Ra, especially this map, this actually is a pretty good defensive 2-town center Ra map here. As Ra, what you do here, if you can't get your forward town center, which likely you won't, you do 2-town center, you do raids in age 3, and you age up with Horus and try to use a quick tornado to re-grab a town center. So you kind of boom 2 town centers, age up like pretty quick. You know, you're looking at like a 12 to maybe like a 13 to 14 minute mythic age with a Migdol like Chariot Army to do raids and crap. And then the Set player counters that, or tries to, by getting building upgrades so that the tornado doesn't kill the town center. And then is able to maintain all four town centers. So actually, the Set doesn't necessarily have to kind of rush to Mythic Age, just has to hold on to the forward town centers. As long as you can stay up 4-2, you should win. The danger is that tornado push. But we'll see. That's kind of what I see as the optimal playing here. But again, when you're dealing with players that aren't the top players, you see suboptimal play. So we'll see we'll see what we see. It's coming up here to go to, I assume this is going to be more food. Oh, where are these vills going? It's a lot of gold. He's up 68. What? This is too many villagers on this gold mine here. Like he has, what is he? Yeah, see, he just sent vills down. And now he's running them back up again. So I'm not sure why he did that. Vipita. I guess he was like panic gathering gold, but he really didn't need to. Because he's got a ton of gold. So yeah, I don't know what this whole point was of that. And now he's not going to have enough eco to make villagers. So whatever this was wasn't very optimal. And we do have MyIsis is grabbing that forward town center like I thought he would. He should grab 3. Grab another town center as well. So he should be able to boom pretty easily. Yeah, because I mean he's got all this hunt that he can just eat forever, and he's got more hunt here. He's building his blacksmith or armory, whatever it's called. Shadoof is researched. Plow is researched. Needs to get his husbandry. Okay, there it is. He forgot husbandry the last game, or just didn't get it, which cost him a lot of food, but he's getting it this game. MyIsis should probably be grabbing a 3rd town center. Or he could wait until he ages up. These hippos will be done soon, and you'll have to run up here. No pickaxe. That's kind of a big mistake. Not to have any. I don't think he's gathered any wood all game. And we have a rain at 6:29. Still a little bit slow on getting husbandry now. It's finally up. Okay. Actually, we'll be getting a ton of... Ooh, he had a little bit of villager issues there. I don't know why he's converting these pigs when it's you can kill them and get them right next to your town center anyway. Sorry guys, this is a typical Egyptian battle. MyIsis is trying to age up. Doesn't quite have the resources yet. Needs 50 more food, and he's got a bunch of idols here. There he goes. Alright, he canceled the bill. Switching to wood, this will be to get chariots and crap. And to get his pickaxe. So we've got an age up. It'll be about 840. A little bit slower than what you want. Not terrible against set, because you're not going to get a big push through your base like normal. But MyIsis should be getting a 3rd town center. With a little bit better just overall economy management, he should have 3 town centers and still be aging up at about 930. So he's aging up at a decent time. Actually, 810 is pretty quick. But that quick of an age up really doesn't give him much. He might as well delay it another minute and a half with another town center. Because the Ra isn't going to do a very fast push. The only way a Ra does a fast push here is if he goes up with like Bast Sekhmet for a Scarab push. So yeah, I would see MyIsis should have gotten his 3rd town center. Up versus via Hathor. Building a pretty defensive Migdol, that's pretty standard. Okay, there's no real point for MyIsis making an army. Or like doing army first, because he's not going to be able to push anywhere. I mean, I'd be amazed if he is, because of just how defensive this map is for Raha. he's got, this is just a nice gold mine here and really nice defensive position. So yeah, my ISIS should have gotten that town center a long time ago. Is making a market, which does that mean he's, no, he doesn't have nearly the resources for that. Like elephants, what are you gonna get with your elephants? I think he's similar to the last game, which he should have won if he would have used the right strategy. He's kind of misplaying this as well, because you're not going to push without the power of the Ancestors Eclipse is set. You can't push through in this situation. So yeah, all Raha needs to do is just play defensive, get some raids like he's doing, and then just really defend. I mean, there's just nothing. It's just going to take so long for my ISIS to really get any sort of damage in on this. The Pestilence or Locust here, skills. Yeah, it'll kill actually quite a few. It was a good Locust, about 7, 8 Vils, which my ISIS can't afford because he's only at 2 town centers. Yeah, this push is just so low value, especially when your chariots are shooting at the temple instead of the villagers. So those chariots are shooting at either A, the armory, or B, the temple. Now they've retasked to kill the villies, which, so you know, he's kind of responding back with some vil kills of his own, but other than the villies, all he's killed so far is the armory, and now maybe a siege workshop. Not super good eco upgrades for the Ra here. Again, I don't know what is going on with these chariots and why they aren't like shooting at the units up here. Oh, these chariots are running. Ooh, yeah. Didn't want them to do that. Okay, power through the houses here. Ra's a little bit behind in army production, actually. So that this push, where it really shouldn't work against an optimal play, actually is doing a decent amount of damage. Isis needs to get on the, well, he actually doesn't need to kill the Pharaoh because he's attacking the the siege tower instead of myth units. And again, he's attacking more siege. Ra getting actual value out of this push, but he's way behind economically, being my ISIS, so he really needs to make this push do a lot for him. Killed the Migdal is preventing, oh, there isn't another Migdal being built. Mercenaries coming out, sounds of chariots dying everywhere. Okay, he did get a lot of value out of this push. Oops, he's dropping things over here. Does he have more siege though? Like if he wants to push through here, he's going to need a few more siege units. He completely cleared all of this up. Got this one gold mine here. There's still, how much gold is on this still? A lot. Okay, yeah, he can't push now though because he's got 2 towers that are almost dead. So he can't get some like if he parks his chariots here, he blocks that gold mine. Oh, wrong way here. No, you're not gonna kill the town center with 2 almost dead siege towers. Yeah, he's trained way too many chariots now and not enough siege. Like if he has two more siege units, he might kill the town center. But he didn't have the siege. Did grab a 3rd town center. Would have rather he grabbed the forward one next and not the back one. He got a lot more value out of that push than I thought he would. Military upgrades, nothing. decent eco upgrades, but there is really almost no empowerment. Raha really needs to put a priest on here and on his farm. Okay, now we've got a couple siege towers. Okay, is he going to go up and raid with this? He should. Like, again, he can park here and really do a ton of damage. Alright, alright. I mean, his army wins this pretty heavily because Raha doesn't have nearly as many chariots, but... Okay. Alright. Yeah. Well, MyIsis might win this. Just Raha seems like he was a little bit slow to get units. Really peculiar shifting sands. That doesn't help at all. Not really sure what the point is of that. Well, I guess he did kill a decent number. He did a little more than I thought. Okay, kill the villies though. There's actually not very many villies down here. You'll have to send some more down to get on all these towers. Got only one more villi, a couple more vills left. But all of MyIsis's chariots have kind of disappeared. Why is he making an elephant? The elephant gives him no value here. Just pure chariots. Pure chariots. Your siege is all here. You need units that kill the vills, and that's not the elephant. Because right now, actually, if Raha gets some gold, which he has 400, spits out, 5 mercenaries, he can defend this. Because we've got elephants coming, but I think he'll lose it. Yeah, he's gonna lose it. Still not over, but it's close to it, actually. This game did not go as I thought it would at all. A lot of siege tower. This was a yeah. I think Raha just had a lot of unused resources when this push came. Like right now, he's probably he's got a decent number yet. Oop. Not getting any eco, but now the siege is dead again. Making elephants, and that town center just. Whew, he's trying to get at this town center. If ISIS can just keep this town center down, he should be good. We'll see. Should be able to. I mean, 4-to-1 town centers. There's really no way that the Ra should be able to get enough population up to take it back. Yeah, that push. Raha just... I don't know if Raha wasn't expecting it, but he just didn't have much of an army, and now he's got to find this forward gold mine. And another big gold down, and so that's gonna be it. Has a lot of resources, but just not a whole lot going for him. I guess his only hope is if Raha doesn't notice this here. And he is a little bit of a Vil fight here. Really sucks that these siege towers got to run all the way around the thing. Oh, nope, he's just resigning. Alrighty, yeah, his only chance was to get that. So, GG. That push should not have worked. But it did. So, well played. Looking at the post game and had a good kill-death ratio. Raha needed to get some siege workshops out to get some siege towers out. Like, economically was ahead, but... They were both at 2 town centers, and somehow he was losing he was falling behind economically as Ra, despite them both having 2 town centers up to here. Like, that shouldn't happen. So Ra must have kind of mismanaged his economy that we didn't really straight up notice. But Should have been a little bit further ahead. So that is a 2-1 now. So that makes this last game. Did I update that? I didn't remember updating it. That makes this last game very important. Because if MyIsis wins, he should advance to the next stage. Because he would, if MyIsis wins this, he ends up with 7 wins. This next game, he would end up with 7 wins and 5 losses. And the best Raha would be able to do would be 7 and 5. But then MyIsis should get the tiebreaker because he won 3-1. So this last game here is going to be very important. So game number 4, Gaia into Ra. Okay, on Ghost Lake. I'm not actually sure what the order of games were, if this was 1 or 4 or whatever. Or 2 or 3. It doesn't really matter as far as the order since it's a 4-game series anyway. So MyIsis went Gaia versus me. In the first game he did, well actually he went twice and did 2 town center both times. The first time I Vil rushed him and beat it in like 7 minutes. The second time I didn't Vil rush and kind of screwed things up, but was still able to kind of eventually, because MyIsis had some bad attacks, was able to push through in a longer game. So I would think MyIsis would be doing a 2 town center, which on Ghost Lake isn't the greatest of maps to do it on because there's not a lot of resources. In fact, this is very low resources for Ghost Lake. I think this is about the smallest your forward hunt can be, is just 4. So this is not a good map for a 2 town center because you just won't have the food that income that he'll need to do it. I also don't know why you would do Gaia. Yeah, this map, Gaia isn't a good choice. Unless it's super high hunt, which is not. Ghost Lake can actually vary quite a bit in hunt amounts. And this is about the lowest you can see, which is a bit of bad RNG for MyIsis, who probably will want more. I mean, I'm assuming he's doing a 2 town center because why else would you do Gaia? And I don't think you'll have enough food to make the 2 town center viable. And then the 2 town center Ra is of course much stronger because the food comes from rain and farms and is not off of the land. So the fewer. Oh, he's gonna do a Vil rush, isn't he? So we're not gonna. That's not gonna matter anyway. So what you do if you're going to see a Vil rush, which that should be something you should just automatically prepare as Gaia anyway, is the first thing you need to be doing, which actually counters it pretty heavily, is you put your trees right next to your town center. The first 2, like why this is here, I don't know. This is the dumbest use of trees I think you could do with it. No, it does nothing here. You should put the first trees on a corner right here, so that'll kind of envelope this side, and then the next set of trees on the opposite corner, which would envelope this, and then you would put the economic guild like you did against the town center. And that will really only leave like a little bit of positioning that the Vils could come at if you do it here and here. So yeah, we're gonna definitely seeing, I think, a Vil rush. So I think Raha maybe saw, yeah, he's aging up at about 4 minutes. That's a pretty quick age up, but yep. So we're gonna see if is he doing 2 town center? Yeah, he is. Like, if you're gonna go 2 town center, why wouldn't you be doing that with your trees? Especially after you got Vil rushed by me and lost in 7 minutes. Like, the fact that there is no response to that here is a big problem. Because you get your trees, like even these trees aren't properly spot put here and here. And now we see the Vil Rush coming in. And the shifting sands is going to kill the Pharaoh, which is important. Killing Villies, that's also important. Well, you get this town center up. He can still actually be okay if he gets his other town center up, but his villagers are kind of on the wrong edge of the map here. Like he should maybe be building this with another villager or two. Yeah, well, this is a... He's gonna lose these 3 villies. This is just so poor of planning by MyIsis that he wouldn't, like, work at not losing to this. But it's not over. I mean, if he's able to get this town center up, which he would have it up if he was building with this citizen, which has been sitting idle for the last minute. So we'll see. He's going to get it up, but he's going to be losing 2 citizens, probably, that were too slow to run away. In the meantime, yeah, no villies being produced right now. We'll lose... Probably shouldn't have lost these 2 citizens. And might end up losing this one too. The villies are a little bit fat. Oh. Why wouldn't you? Should send 1 villy at it to slow it down. Oh, they're trying to like path block it. Okay, we'll lose that 3rd villy, and that's what hurts. The 3 citizens down will be what might cost him the game. What kind of resources does he have? He has enough to advance. Trying to get this. Oh, Pharaoh's gonna finish him off. And that's what hurts, is losing that many and having no natural resources to fall back on. Because Raha will be able to build another town center at some point, maybe. Yeah, he's working towards it. Just needs a little more food and gold. Probably, well, you can't build this one because this economic guild is still there, interfering. Yeah, I took a nap today, so I'm feeling really good. I took a 2-hour nap. Now these villas are going to go idle too. And but how are they going to get out? Like, even when he ages up, he's not going to have anything that he's going to be able to do with these units. If Raha, so the Vil Rush and losing your initial town center isn't necessarily an immediate good game, but you mean 10 years ago? What's the players at Axe? The problem is when you're losing all the extra villagers behind it. So losing the 3 citizens here is huge because he's actually lost 4. So he could, if he's not careless with his units and running away too slowly, could be at 9 villies right now, which would be 20, you know, the equivalent of about 26 Egyptian vills, which would actually be more than what Ra has right now. But because he lost his citizens roaming away, he went behind, or got quite a bit behind. And he can't make any citizens right now either. So, yeah, if he doesn't lose those 3 citizens, he's in a decent spot. But he did. And that's the hard part, is you just got to be careful with your villies running away. And he was just too slow running them away. He tried to kind of repair, which doesn't really do much. He just assumed you're going to lose it. The carnivore to delay the town center. I like it. It did sneak a villy over here. Where am I streaming from? I'm streaming from the United States. It is a little bit late. It's 12:30, but I'm feeling pretty good because like I said, I took a nap. Yeah, I like how my ISIS hid these goats down the bottom. Yeah, this is a big game though, because if my ISIS loses this, he probably won't advance to the next round. Okay. Well, maybe if your Terma shoots at the Wadget and not a priest. Now we got 2 town centers from Raha. He does have... See, he's able to use more of the natural resources on the map still yet. He's got all the berries in his base. Does he have... He's got Plow. He already has Shadoof, so he'll be doing rain soon. Does he have husbandry? No. Does have a lot? Yeah, he has enough gold to do his the rain. And see, right now the problem is also for my ISIS is that he has no way really to put up much aggression. I like the upgraded towers though. Okay. Oh no. This is a lot of units to lose just to kill a Wadget. I would have just ran down here and picked off a few of these vills rather than killing the Wadget. When we get an AoE 2D stream, so here's the annoying thing about Age of Empires 2, the Definitive Edition. So I have it because I have the Xbox Game Pass, and that works for some Windows games too. The problem is, because optimization is so bad on DE, my computer actually isn't good enough to, it won't even let me play rated games. You have to have, I don't know, they have certain benchmark you have to be in order to do it, and iComputer doesn't meet that benchmark. So, and the Definitive Edition has a lot of problems, a lot of performance problems. It's kind of like Steam Age of Empires, which has gotten better over time, but on launch the performance issues were gigantic, and that's the same thing on the Definitive Edition as well. You know, what's the point of playing on ranked? These few slingers here. Well, actually, Trueloque, Gaia, I feel like does decent against Ra, but you can't let yourself get spanked with the town center going down. If he puts his trees at a better spot at the beginning, the town center doesn't go down because he can surround his town center with buildings. So one tree in the corner here, which gets all this, the other tree on this corner, which gets all this, house on one side, the economic guild on another, and you've only got like a little bit of room for villagers to attack. The way he played is like a no-win. Boy, look at all these villies he could get to if he knows they're down there. Oh, just pick off a few more vills. Does he know that you're here? I think he should come and check because of the berries. And kind of assume that the berries probably would have been eaten. But we'll see if MyIsis notices. Okay, nice job getting that priest. He's grabbing another town center. Raha will be aging up soon. Oh, he might not notice. Man, if he were to notice, I think he's going to get just too distracted by all of this. But yeah, I don't know though Trueloque, why he would go Gaia instead of Oranos. Because you can do your 2-town center fast heroic with, or your 2-town center. Oh, he's not going to notice this. That's too bad because he would probably kill 3 or 4 of those. Or all of them, maybe. He's got a lot of low hit point Terma. This is not a good fight for him either. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to notice. That's too bad. So he'll be up. Like, just imagine, though, if we kind of go back in time and MyIsis doesn't lose those 3 citizens running away. He's probably ahead. Or it's exactly even. But you're losing those 3 citizens because they ran away from the base too slowly. That's just too much of a hit to be able to withstand. Oh, he's checking these berries, but not the ones down here. That hurts. What things have they fixed? Like, did they fix some of the performance issues? Up with Sekhmet. Well, maybe they've helped it. Because, yeah, the server issues had some huge problems, too. These term are almost, like, all dead, though. So, like, if they get and stay in tower range, they're gonna disappear so fast. Like, if Raha just fights, he's gonna, like, instantly, like, kill almost all of these Terma. And that's what he's doing. That is the end of the Terma raid. And then all we need to do is send a Scarab in at this town center, and that'll be dead. We'll see. I don't have a lot of time to play. And as long as this term is going on, I'll probably, when I have free time, play Age Mythology. Just so I can kind of play a little bit better and win. Hopefully. Yeah, the Scarabs are coming up here. He's going to have a hard time. I don't know. Heroizing a Terma is the wrong unit to heroize against the Scarab. Man. Yeah, there's so many things. I mean, of course, watching the recorded games, I always say this. It's so easy to see what went wrong and be like, and if only you would have done this. But yeah, there's just a few things MyIsis could have done just to do so much better in this game. But he's gonna have a hard time with these slingers and scarabs. Like, he's not gonna be able to hold this. I kind of like the villagers up in here to do meat shield and kill the slingers. It's actually kind of cool. Just let Wiz play in your account. Oh man. Whoa, tax. Just tip $25. T-ta-ox. Something like that. Well, thanks, man. That's very appreciated. Do you care to say why you tipped, or are you just a nice guy? In which that's great too. But cool beans. See, now when my wife finds out that I was up past midnight streaming, I can be like, well, at least, honey, I got $25. Don't be so mad. Go buy yourself something stupid from the mall. But, well, that's cool. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. In our waning moments of this game, which isn't exactly exciting. But this hurts too for MyIsisBestGod to lose this, because that probably means he won't advance out of the this group stage. Because after this game, I'll go up. I'll update the brackets for this group. This is the group I'm in, and we'll kind of go over and I'll show you why MyIsis probably won't advance. You love the streams, but my commentary is the best. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, everybody. Well, the one bad thing for AOM is there's not a lot of commentary streams. The main two ones I can think of off the top of my head are me and well, no, there's Blackadder too. Me, Blackadder, and Boyd. Boyd is more of a kind of an exciting kind of a commentator, you know, more of the hype squad. And oh, we missed this. I got distracted by the tip, but we had a scarab that killed this town center as well. And I'm more analytical than like the the action excitement slash narration, which some people like the more excitement, some people like the more analytical. I mean, there's room for both. Ooh, yeah. So MyIsis doesn't want to lose this because he knows what it'll do to his advancement chances. But it's over. The Vil Rush, ways to counter it. He didn't do any of those ways. Lost just a few too many Vils. I like this down here. Izzy, I think Boit though is more. He's a little bit more like I'm more analytical than Boit, and Boit does a little bit more of kind of the action. Not saying that he isn't analytical. It's just I could probably do the action a little bit more than I do, and probably be a little bit better. But that's all right. Point of view streams with music aren't bad for some of the. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to get those too, but you know, sometimes it takes a little bit of everything, all sorts of different streams. I'll be Osiris. Yeah, ISIS good at theirs, they're resigned. So 2-2. Yeah, there's room for all sorts of different stuff. It depends. Sometimes it is nice to just be able to watch without having to listen to someone rattle on for a while. But yeah, there's I mean, people like to say that the Vil Rush is lame and overpowered. It really isn't. There's ways to beat it, and it's just you block off your town center, and with the trees you have the perfect ability to. And even at that point, if he doesn't lose his citizens and go from 9 to 6, he's still not super far behind. Because look, he's up ahead economically by far, even with losing those 3 citizens. Like if he has those 3 citizens, you know, he's up a little bit more. Does he necessarily win? Maybe not, because he still has to rebuild a lot. And this isn't a good map for the 2-town center because of the lack of resources on the map. Not a lot of hunt. But yeah, as Trueloque saying, yeah, I'm not sure why he would go Gaia. And I don't know what order of the game this was. If this was the first game that he thought he could cheese his way to a win, but he won 2 of the Egyptian battles, and who knows, if he does Egyptian again, maybe he wins the 3rd one. So that is 2-2, and let me load up to the Trueloque bracket, my personal brackets here, and I'll update the brackets here while we're on the stream. So let's see, I need to report some games here. So I have my series that I played earlier versus Rahakinariwa. This will be spoilers if you missed it. So maybe turn off the stream at this point if you really care. So me and Raha went 2-2. I got out strategized a couple times, and I won't. If it were to happen again, I wouldn't lose those games. And then Raha and MyIsis also went 2-2, which is really bad for MyIsis because I went 4-0 against MyIsis. So if we go to the group stage now, which is purely based on points. What did I do wrong? Okay, no, I didn't do it wrong. So the problem here is that Rahakinariwa still has 4 games left against Wonder, who hasn't won a game yet. So you would assume that Raha will at least go 3 games, get 3 wins against Wonder. And if he does that, then he advances. He would have 7 points, and MyIsis would only have 6, and that would be the end. The only chance MyIsis has is if somehow Wonder plays, you know, out of his mind and wins 2 or 3 games. But skill-wise, Raha is better. Wonder isn't, you know, useless, but he's not as good as Raha. So Wonder would have to have some really good games to win. So yeah, 2-2 hurts. Even if MyIsis would have won that, wouldn't necessarily. Well, actually, yeah. If he wins that, MyIsis would have advanced. Because then Raha would only be able to get 7 points, and then he would have lost a tiebreaker. So that game, or the other, any of those two losses, if that's a win for MyIsis, he advances. Which is that's too bad. Or if Raha, well, I would have had to, or if I would have swept Raha, like I could have, but I didn't. So yeah, so that is the stream for tonight. It's almost 1. But yeah, thanks again for the tip. I appreciate that. Appreciate those of you who watched on YouTube. I'm sorry for those on YouTube that your chat wasn't showing up on stream. My bad. But that's okay. So what my plan is now is, which I prefer, Age of Mythology DE or Age of Mythology 2. Hello, by the way. I don't know. I would prefer anything that is good, that centralizes the player base, which so far, though, none of the Age of updated games have done that. Age of Empires 2 HD didn't do that. Age of Empires Definitive Edition probably isn't, because there's unless they really fix all of the game performance issues and the online servers, which the online server itself, just outside of the connectivity issues, the just the way the lobby is, like, you can't even at this point tell what the ratings are of people, and you can only play rated, I think, like quick search, and that's not how Age of Empires 2 originally worked. So unless they fix it quick, most of the players are going to stay on Voobly, and that's going to suck. So I don't know. I just like something for Age of Mythology that's good and is playable for everybody and just is effective. E is the future. Sadly, E is not the future, nor is Voobly. You're saying it's very good, but so far from what I've seen is that it's not well liked. And even a few people that have good computers, it's kind of like extended edition, where even if some people with good computers still can't get it to run right. Oh man, like games are crazy laggy, team games, late game. And it's already putting off a lot of the top players who are already, I saw like 2 days ago, we're already playing on Voobly again, just because it runs better and performance is everything. But we'll see. I hope it succeeds, because it's got a lot of updates, a lot of quality of life updates in the game, but so far, no. I could, if I weren't lazy, update the score log here. So you aren't going to see a stream from me for... No, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. The tournaments could move over to extended the DE, but they're not at this point unless they fix the performance issues. Because there's a lot of players that are getting a lot of in-game lag, and that's pretty much been removed on Voobly because of all the user patches have fixed lag. A lot of the or not even the game lag, like the pathing lag. Like pathing is better on Voobly than it is on the Definitive Edition. Yeah, it's the initial launch hasn't been good. Hopefully they can fix it, but first impressions are big, but we'll see. Oh, Hannibal Barca, good to see you in the chat. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It'll be a few days before I stream, probably not until, what is today? 3 days from now, but earlier. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, Sunday night, which would be Monday morning for a lot of people, and then probably Monday. And then I would think next week will be when the bracket stage starts of Trueloque's tournament. So probably I'll have my next tournament games next weekend, the 29th, 30th, 1st of December era would be when. So we'll see. That's what so probably Sunday, Monday when I play, I'll do some 1v1s and try to wipe off. I wasn't happy with how I played against Raha tonight. I shouldn't lose those games. But oh well. It's all right. I'll still be first in my division, which that's cool, but I shouldn't lose those games. But I don't think I will again. It's just a matter of just changing strategy and I would win. Just bad strategy. But that's all right. Anyway, I could talk for a while. I gotta go to bed. And the balanced mess that is China in regards to the extended edition. Well, yeah, but you know what? In the end, it is just a game, and there are many games out there. Right now, me and Cam are playing through Ori and the Blind Forest on Xbox, and it's a pretty good game. We're enjoying it. Cam is enjoying it a little too much. He gets upset when we're done. Like, we can't play this for too long. But yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest, good game if you like platformers. It's pretty cool. But anyway, that's it for tonight. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks again, Tax for the tip. I'll be sure to let my wife know so she's not mad at me. And that's it for today. So we'll see you guys in 3 or 4 days, and that'll be it. So have a good night, everybody, or have a good day. Bye for now.